Today's terms, my educational achievement is just an ordinary event, but going back more than half a century, more precisely 65 years back, when education was not easily available, it was sparse, especially being born and brought up in a village where there was nobody interested in a study at all. There was nobody who went to university, hardly anybody, well, nobody had done matriculation except four of my uncles. Nobody ever did in and around village. So in that context, my educational achievement, alhamdulillah, it seems is something of a great feat, for which I am immensely thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I'm also thankful to my Abba Marhum and to my maths teacher who gave me free tuition in out of hours at weekends. He didn't do tuition to anybody because I used to be very respectful to teachers. So he decided, well, all the teachers decided that let's help Imtiyaz. And he taught me so much that a year before matriculation, I had finished all the maths. I could solve any question. So apart from my father, he was the one who shaped my career. I wouldn't have been here without him. I wouldn't have been here because he opened the maths in my mind. I mean, I remember when I went for matriculation examination, there was so much hue and cry. The questions are so difficult. And I could decide which questions to answer because I knew everything in my head. So I'm so grateful to my teacher, that maths teacher, and to every teacher. I mean, even after becoming a consultant, when I used to visit India and any teacher passed by my bungalow, I will just stand up. Whereas those people who were born maybe decades after me, they were sitting in the chair. I couldn't understand. I just automatically stood up. And I still.
So, Dr. Imtiyaz, you are appreciating your math teacher, but you did your medicine. Am I right?
Pardon?
You are appreciating your math teacher that he
Yes,
was your inspiration, but you did your medicine. You didn't go for maths.
No, but the thing is that I had to, well, everybody has to choose in college physics, chemistry, biology, but you need maths as well because without maths, even in medicine, you need the knowledge of maths, I mean, that maths, entirely his teaching. I can't thank him enough. I mean, every Fajr I do dua for him. I mean, I don't know when he died. People would like to pay him anything. He wouldn't give tuition. He just taught me. He taught
so
me.
taking medicine was your choice or your parental pressure or your peer pressure?
My father, that's why I will come to that. How much parental, there are two people in everybody's life, teacher, parents, and the teacher. And my father, if I remember correctly, from the age of 5 and 6, he said that you have to be a doctor. And I say, how can you be a doctor? He says, beyond imagination. There's no doctor in, I would say 10 miles area. And he said, you have to be a doctor, MBBS. But, and you have to be first. And even every year, even from, I can't remember, 6, 7, he would ask me who was first in the school. I said, so and so. Who was second? I said, so and so. Who was third? He said go away. And he used to be very upset because he was my first teacher, my father. He used to taught me maths and English. He was not a teacher, but he was a mathematical wizard. He used to taught me maths and English. Finally, I fulfilled his dream that in year 9, I came out first in the school, and then I never looked back. I never looked back. For him, he said, the person who stands first hasn't got a horn on his head. If he can do it, you can do better. And I remember one day he woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And he said, what? He said, there's somebody has gone mad. He took me and in the village, and there was somebody studying with the lamp on at 4 o'clock in the morning. And he used to stand first. He died. So education was his obsession, not the money, not the wealth. So that was, sometimes I felt that I am his adopted son, because I was the only son and I have 5 sisters. Why he's so, I knew he loved me, but why he's so strict with me? And when I became a doctor, I wrote a long letter that without, if you have been a little bit lax, I would have been a doctor. It was his intense dedication and effort he decided for me. If it were up to me, I would have been rotting in India now. So that was, so he decided. And so at the age of 15, again, I was saying that I had to, there was no science in my school. So I had to read myself, physics, chemistry, and biology. And with a little bit of help from a teacher who was ISC in science. And I had to cycle 4 miles every couple of weeks to learn practically in a bigger school. And then I passed with first division at the age of 15. And I was the first among the first, among 5 first divisionals. And I went to the college. And then again, Alhamdulillah, I was the first in maybe 10, 14 miles area to go to medical college in 1960 in Ranchi, and I qualified in 1965. And as my father had a very, I mean, we were landlord, but we had no money. He could send me only 60 rupees a month, which was very difficult to manage. But I never asked any penny more. I managed, I wrote, in my little, from rags to riches. I wrote it for the Bihar Anjuman boys and girls who were always asking for money and money to do this, a scholarship, which is, I find it amazing. I mean, you can manage from whatever your parents can do. So I managed, and I never felt that I was poor. Never felt I was poor. And I used to attend medical college classes in kurta and pajama and flip-flop. And I was told off by principal one day that, Imtiyaz, what are you taking flip-flop? I said, well, yes, that's what I've got. But I never, I remember, I still felt thankful to Allah that I'm not starving. I am in medical college, which is a great honor, and and I had the respect of Hindus and Muslims alike. Even today, some of them are here, and I had the respect of everybody, but I couldn't care, I never suffered from inferiority complex that someone has got this, I should have this. No, not at all, not at all. And I think it's very, and again, it was due to father. He ingrained in me that you must live within your means. He used to tell me that, Imtiyaz, I've got only this much, and this much is for the expenses. And he used to tell me. So I've developed a personality which is still stays with me, and my children don't like it. And that you don't spend on yourself, you spend in charity, you don't spend on yourself. But so I can't waste money. I can't waste money.
Well, going abroad was your decision, or it was
Oh,
just
no,
kind?
no. It was his decision from the age of, I would say, 6 or 7. No. He said, you have to be a doctor, you have to go to England, and you have to go to Cambridge University. And,
oh my God.
Oh, really? How? Cambridge? Every day, not a day passed, not a day passed. He was never informal with me, but I knew that he loved me to bits. But he was all education. And so So my mother died suddenly died the day I got my admission in medical school. I came back from Ranchi, 200 miles from my place, and she had intense pain in her tummy. And I know what she had now. It was not done. And she died 8 o'clock in the middle of the night. So I was not very, well, I was keen, I was not keen. I said to my father that, you are alone, I'm going. He said, don't worry about me, you just go. You just go. So, it was his dream. It was his dream. So I came here. I couldn't fulfill his dream to go to Cambridge, but his grandson, my son, fulfilled. He not only went to Cambridge, he passed with honors, distinctions. He did not only MB, CHB from there, he did BA, MA, and he's one of the most distinguished cardiologists in this country. So he too is grateful to Dada that if it was not for his effort, he wouldn't have been here. He wouldn't have been here. He's a good kid. He says, if it was not for Dada, we would have been rotting in Chapra. So his contribution was immense. And my maths teacher, again, I keep on remembering.
So your story is really inspiring.
Yes.
Your story is quite inspiring for all of us. It's
Yes.
just share your hard work and persuasion from your father. I think that has made everything happen, whatever happened in your life. Now, you said that 60 years ago or I think 60 years or around, you went to UK and then you are settled over there. And you were like comfortably living over there, and suddenly 2019 has brought 2020 has brought something special for all of us.
That's right.
I mean to say that COVID-19, and it has shattered the life in the life of many people, not everyone, but of course many people. So how was 2020 for Dr. Imtiyaz Khan?
Well, it has affected the life. I'm talking UK or Europe. It has affected the life of everybody. I mean, I can't see my children's family. They can't come here, and I'm by nature a family man, in the sense that I don't enjoy holiday as much as spending time with my children's family, or when they come. It makes me so happy, so happy. I have been only on few holidays. Children go on holiday, they insist, but I like spending time with them. So you can't see them. One of my younger son, who is a dental surgeon, he lives 2 streets down. He pops in alone someday. I am able to hold my youngest granddaughter, who's 6 months old. So it is, and it has. I have been to the mosque for last 1 year, and I used to go 5 times a day. I don't go. I don't go there. But to a few people in the mosque, they have died of COVID. But there's a financial hardship. If somebody died and they had no money to bury it, so we contributed. And there's an extreme hardship, even in England. People haven't got jobs. People haven't got jobs. People haven't got jobs. And it has many. We are lucky. We are lucky that we are doctors. Even if retired, we can comfortably manage ourselves. But it has hugely affected. Hundreds of thousands of people are without jobs. It's with winter. They have got no heating, and they can't afford heating. So it has affected financially and everything.
So we can understand that 2020 was unexpected. It was not planned at all. But now 2021 is planned. We all know what's going to happen, like for a couple of years more. It's not going to like vanish in suddenly in 2021. So
exactly.
What is your aspiration from 2021? What do you think?
Well, we hope that this vaccination will eradicate the pandemic. But all the scientists say that life will be better. they hope for better, but there is no guarantee, because the different variants of this virus can come, and it has already come, detected in England, in London. So it's all in the hands of Allah, but we should hope for the better, and that things will move. I mean, the biggest business in this country, 3 or 4, who has been here for 300 years, they shut down. They shut down. They collapsed.
Oh.
Their brand name, they shut down. So, those who are the top most, brand shops, have shut down. So it is a I don't know, it is a curse from heaven or what, but it's a very hard time for everywhere.
So what is your advice for the people, like if we talk about the common people, or the educationists, or the professionals? So what you will advise them, how they can manage the whole affairs?
Are you talking about advice to the teachers, or are you asking about COVID?
No, I'm asking about generally, like in 2021, what is your advice for the common people? That how you said that that it is life is shattered, many are homeless, many are jobless. So how the people should manage their affairs during this pandemic?
Well, the first thing is that those who are well off, and there are many well off in every country, and there is no dearth of well off people in India, to support, to find out. They shouldn't wait for people asking for help and begging for help. They should help people irrespective of caste and creed. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but I'm saying it, that I ring so many people to find out the needy people. I ring Bangalore. I've got some people in Bombay, in Pune, in Bihar, to help you. We should actively seek out to help people, number one. And number two, and because there's a lot of, always there has been a lot of waste, those who are well off, affluent, they waste a lot of money, lot of food, while the fellow human beings are suffering. And it is tremendous waste, tremendous waste. Nobody should be suffering. So that's the one thing. And those, plus we should pay particular attention to hygiene. Even in England, so many people have died. They shouldn't have died, because we think that in India and Pakistan or Bangladesh, they don't follow the rules. But it happens here as well. It happens here as well, people think it won't happen to me. And the first person to die was one of my friend doctor in Southend. He used to, I mean, he was retired, but he used to treat patient, and he caught it and he died. So, people, when you don't cut corner, you must maintain hygiene. As far as COVID is concerned, or any, this thing is that you don't see the enemy. You don't see the enemy. So take it for granted. So must maintain hygiene. I think we should wear the mask for quite some time to come, and don't shake hand with anybody. Don't shake hand with anybody. But things should improve, and we should help each other. And the responsibility lies on the people. Every area, every city, they have people who are well off, and they should, because they may not be alive to spend the money. They may fall victim to COVID themselves.
Yeah, that's true. And now, if I look at the entire scenario, I find that education sector is like, especially when I'm talking about India. So it was education sector that has suffered a lot.
Yes.
Still,
yes.
the schools are closed, and
Yes.
the teachers are jobless. because 60% of population lives in a rural area where there is no gadget, no connectivity, no internet. And so in the private budget schools, the teachers have been asked not to come, not to join the school, and they can find for themselves any other engagements. So these type of things are there that has like the educators are suffering a lot. What do you think, that is it going to continue in 2021 as well, or it's going to improve in
No,
2021?
I hope not. I hope not. I think most probably, it's most likely that by the spring in 2021, things will considerably improve all over the world. But more so, I think in Indian subcontinent, it will improve. It will improve. But educational, I mean, not on India, it has disrupted education here, because they are doing online, but there's no substitute for face-to-face interaction with the teacher. It's no substitute. It's no substitute. I mean, my granddaughter and grandson, they have applied for medicine and they have been interviewed this year. But every student have been given grade, computerized grade predicted from their past performance, which is unfair because they always do better at the final term. So it's and plus they get bored at home. They have online classes. They don't have the home does not provide the same thing as you get in the school. So it has there's so much hue and cry when they shut the school. So it has maybe not as much as India, excuse me, but it has affected education in this country as well.
So thank you very much, Dr. Imtiyaz Khan Sahab. It was wonderful talking to you, and you have given me lots of insight in the light of your own experiences. And I hope this conversation is useful for the viewers of JAHAN-E.
I just, if you allow me, I would like to add a couple of words about to the teachers.
Yes, sure.
That the teachers are the most important people in our lives, who shape our career, who make us future doctors, engineers, scientists, researchers, prime ministers, presidents, whatever we are. The progress and rise of a nation depends entirely upon the quality and dedication of the teachers. They teach, they encourage, they inspire, and get the best out of us. So they have the ability to make even mediocre students outstanding performers. So they should, my advice is that they should focus not only on the bright kids, but also on average and underperformers. So it is very important to them. And the educators and the school owners must pay handsome salary to the teachers because they make the nation. They make the nation.
I strongly support your last statement. The teachers should be paid more.
That's really, no, it's not that they must pay handsome. They make the nation. Anyway, they make the nation. They make the nation. As I said, the big. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice talking to you. And my dear viewers, I hope that this conversation is useful for you. And please take special care of yourself.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Jazakallah.
तो ठीक है, रिकॉर्डिंग खत्म हो गई है, बहुत अच्छा रहा। और